Good evening, Britannia, and hello to the rest of the world. Welcome back to 2CTV with the latest update from Northwest London. Over the last few minutes, we've been getting information reports from London, Wembley, about absolute chaos breaking. But this is actually quite interesting because the establishment is all about the reaction from the establishment over the next few hours and over the next couple of days, if we get anything out of the mainstream media and the political class. We will wait. But in this video, we're going to give you guys the latest updates. An attack happened outside the Islamic Center in Wembley when a group of British patriots and pro-freedom Iranians were protesting outside the Islamic Center, because these Islamic centers are controlled and funded by the Islamic Republic of Iran somehow, in London, in Britannia, in the 21st century. We're allowing them to come here and have their own bases here, just like how we essentially allowed the secret police stations of the CCP to occur, but apparently we didn't know about that. This one we knew. This is public knowledge. They were protesting outside, and patriotic Londoners and Iranians, and then we had the IRGC thugs coming out of nowhere and attacking them. Then we are hearing, this is live development as we are talking, obviously, as we speak. The police and ambulance services and everybody are now there on the scene to treat the people who have been targeted. We're going to give you guys all the information. We have a couple of videos that are all coming in as well. So obviously, as we get more videos and more information, we will put it on the screen. I'm trying to also wait and see if we're going to get any statements from the Metropolitan Police or anybody for that matter. Actually, I'm just going to quickly check while we are live, just have it on the screen as we have to wait. So far, nothing from the police, but it's only been starting, so we'll wait. So, as I said, this occurred outside the Wembley Islamic Center. Let's go to the first video that we have to find out exactly what we are dealing with.
What? Well, get the fuck close. Fuck your face. Fuck off! Man!
So, okay, hit a woman, and while she was on the floor, decided to continue to do it. First things first, these are the people that the media want you to think are peaceful. They only have a problem with the Israeli government and Netanyahu, nothing else. They are fine, right? We are going to talk about the Islamic Center. We're going to talk about the embassy. And we're going to talk about why these people are in London in the first place. Why are we letting them come in here? Because a number of them will pretend to be asylum seekers and refugees. They will cross the border, they will get on the small boats and other routes, or they get a fake student visa and overstay their welcome. And once they're here, they would do what they do back in the third world. And in this case, of course, in the Middle East and in Iran. So, we do have the next video as well. I think this is just the last few minutes. It's just come in when the police and the ambulance and the paramedics got to the scene, arrived at the scene to treat the people who were hurt. We'll find out if the police are going to be identify these guys, because they were not really covering their faces. And I have my theories about who these people are. It's quite clear who these people are. We know they're Iranian. We know they're part of the IRGC, but in terms of what sort of connections they have. Let's go to the next video. This is after the attack, when the paramedics and the police got to the scene.
Oh God, are you an officer?
I am, sorry, yeah.
Oh God. Okay, you know what?
What's happened?
This was so bad.
Yeah.
And a group of 5-6 people, not many, came here to basically just play music and just sort of, they were literally just here. At first, the security guys were fine. They were not aggressive. The security were fine. But then it wasn't the security. There were people that have gone inside. They just attacked him, like, properly. Beat him up with a stick, hit him, like, proper. The violent part of it, I was too scared. I ran back, but I've got some of it on my story. His English may not be that great. Begu. He wants to tell me something in Begu. They've taken... Jesus. Okay. They've got... He works with the other, like the Pahlavi team, right? So the other... Oh God, I'm sorry, I'm a bit shocked. So they took his mobile phones. They try to... I actually was just photographing. I asked the security guys, they were totally fine with it. And as I was photographing, a woman that went in, this is right at the start, she slapped my hand, I mean, they're really unbelievable. But anyway, aside from that, this all kicked off. And I called the police. I mean, it was bad. It was really bad.
So who's actually attacked them? Was it the security guards?
No, they're in there. The people that have attacked them are in there.
So there were 6 people. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Where are the other 3?
Well, 1, there may not have been 6. There might have been 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 is on the floor. 6.
1, 2, 3.
4, 5, 6. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. They've attacked all our people. They've
How many
actually...
people came out?
Oh, a lot. There were a few. There were a good bunch of them.
Where before all of this happened, did they say anything that could have aggravated them in any way?
They were just there. I mean, you know what? They were there holding the flag of the Reza Pahlavi, the rightful person of Iran. I mean, look at this. And they just basically went for them. They literally went for them. This is so bad. They've attacked all. Thank God you're here. Thank God you're here. Thank God. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's so bad.
No, we're coming here to protest. Everyone coming here to protest.
But there was no one here.
Against the Islamic Republic here.
They've completely attacked them.
It's not the first time we've been attacked.
Jesus Christ. This is so bad. They've taken his... So that's where they were. He was just there. Like, I can't actually zoom into it. And he was just holding the flag. That was literally what he was doing there. That's it. And he just grabbed him. He's taken the flag inside. And that's the scuffle. Like, they're attacking him there. I mean, I can send you all of these. It's so bad.
I'll get one of the officer details from you.
Okay. This is so bad. This is what this country is allowed into its borders. I mean, unbelievable. These people have literally been attacked. You're not. Oh, Jesus. Look. This is not a religion. This is a cult. It's an absolute cult. It sucks people in. It gives them false hope. You do not understand this until you are from these. If you see these people, if you are actually with them, you will see these are violence. This is violent. What I saw today, I've never in my entire life seen. And I've been in some rough places, trust me. Don't move. Tekun nakhor. Tekun nakhor. Midunam wali tekun nakhor. Oh my Jesus Christ, this is so bad. This is so bad. How did this shit end up here? I was here, by the way, when all this kicked off. If anyone,
Just if you stay for the time being, we'll get your details in a little
Yeah,
while. Okay?
yeah.
We just want to get these guys sorted with.
I just want him well. I mean, he's the most gentle, sweetest person. In all honesty, he's not at all.
Two other people, I think.
This is so bad. This is the people. These are the guys that are attacked.
We have film of all of you. Remember? No, you remember. Just celebrate the butcher's stuff.
Jesus, they're not even Iranian, are they? They're not Iranian. They're not Iranian. No, they're not Iranian.
Of course, they're not Iranian. The whole point of the Islamic occupiers is that heritage-wise, they're not Iranian. So we brought the problem now into this country. From the other places, they brought their problems, and they've ruined Iran, for example, the Islamic occupiers. Now they've come here. We allowed them to come here and do the same nonsense in this country. There's no respect for the rule of law and law and order in general. We are allowing them to continue to have their bases here, whether it's the main Islamic Centre in Maidavale in central London or this Islamic Centre in Wembley. Of course, the first video we showed you guys of the actual attack. If you join us later, we'll show it to you again in a second. The worst part wasn't just, of course, just running into these people, the British patriots, and of course a lot of Iranians, pro-freedom Iranians with the flag you can see. This is the same type of people who've been doing counter-protests, for example, at the Islamist protests on Saturdays. These are the guys who always go there to stand up to Islamists with Union flags and Iranian flags and Israeli flags. And they've decided to obviously be protesting outside the Wembley Islamic Centre. But that's not even the worst part. The worst part, which I'll show you again in a second, when the actual attack happened, was when the guy decided to target the woman who was actually filming. And then once she was on the floor, he was still attacking her. No honor. There's absolutely no integrity when it comes to these nutters, absolute barbaric nutters. And of course, I know this is going to be dangerous because I've already been targeted many times. I continue to get death threats from these guys. They know they want to come after me anyway, but I have to tell the truth. We have to defend this country. Do not bring your problems here and target people here in London in 2024. Now, I don't really care. I'm going to talk about the Islamic Republic in a sec as well, but I don't really care at this point about them. I am addressing Sadiq Khan as the mayor, Rishi Sunak as Prime Minister, and James Cleverly as Home Secretary. What are these guys doing? Forget about the crisis with small boats. This became a systemic problem since 1997. And of course, it was happening just before. But since 1997, the system that we have, that we call the uni party, is a uni system in general. Everything is the same. It doesn't matter which party gets into power, which prime minister gets into power, because everything's been the same thing. Open borders, no vetting people's backgrounds, multiculturalism, and if we criticize something like this happening, we are the problem. You will be called racist or whatever. Now, we're going to talk about the Islamic Center and the Iranian embassy in a second, but for those who missed, it's just the first few seconds of the actual moment when they ran towards the people and attacked them.
What? Well, get the fucking close. Fuck your face. Fuck off! Man!
Was that necessary? Let's talk about our relationship with the Iranian regime. The British government and the US government, Obama, making secret deals, and then when it was revealed, they made it public. We did a video earlier today on this channel exposing what was happening under Barack Hussein Obama. He got the FBI and the deep state to not target or arrest the supporters of the Iranian regime in America. The IRGC people in America were let go by the FBI because they were supporting the Iran deal between Obama and the Islamists. They did this. The globalists did this. They have this relationship. Why do you think that the British government, to this day, are still not designating the IRGC as a terrorist organization, while many other countries have? The blood money of the Islamists are all over the place, from our university campuses to the city of London and certain palaces. You all know. Suitcases of cash from Qatar and other places, everywhere. Their hands are tied, they say. How hard is it to cut ties with the Iranian regime when they are already treating us as enemies? They go out there every Friday in Tehran chanting death to America, death to Britain. What else do you need to know that they hate you? Why are we giving visas and passports to the IRGC people to come live in London, for their kids to hang out in nightclubs in Chelsea and Mayfair, while their dads are in Iran oppressing people, and their uncles and cousins are in the Iranian embassy and the Islamic centers plotting, not just against the anti-Islamic occupation Iranians, but against British people, against the interests of this kingdom. They brought their own problems here, they're fighting on our streets, and they're working against our interests. Right. Bandian says, the Iranian embassy yet again. Kick their embassy out. If I were in charge, I would go radical, cut off ties, close down the embassy. They closed down our embassy in Iran for a long time. Do it. Why does an Islamic center even exist? Good question. A very good question. It's an Islamic center that's connected to a government, to a regime that hates you. It's not just an Islamic center. It's not just like a mosque where people go to pray. Even some of them have been exposed of being a training ground. But this one, the Lancashire Lasses support the country you live in. Or live in the country you support. I mean, if you can, yeah. But the opposite is happening right now. From the west and east. What Lancashire Lass says is the exact opposite right now. People who live in their own countries, that don't support their own countries, and the enemy are living in countries that don't support, so they go to cause trouble. Yes, a super chat says, radical Islam is the snake in the grass. Moderate Islam is the grass the snake hides in. And PC says, UK is in trouble. Thank you for your super chat. Yeah, the whole of the Western Europe is in trouble massively. Joe, thank you for your super sticker. Let's go back to the rest of the live chat as well. It's completely out of control. Now, I'm going to go. Let me just refresh the feed for the Metropolitan Police. I'm going to wait and see, because they usually respond quickly. They respond very quickly. They do a post. So far, absolutely nothing released by the Metropolitan Police. Let's go to their Met Contact Center. Maybe they've done it there, right? They usually do it there. Nope. 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 Nothing so far. No reaction from the police during this emergency. How long do you think it will take for Rishi Sunak as Prime Minister, or James Not So Cleverly as Home Secretary, to do some sort of statement, or at least a post on X? Let me know in the live chat. How long do you think it's going to take? I'm going to say forever, because they're probably not going to do it. They don't care, because this is not being covered by the corporate media. Now, let's just do a quick check. I'm going to do a check on your behalf. Let's see what's going on BBC News website. England, London, nope, nothing here. Absolutely no coverage on this page. Let's go to the local news. Local news will help, right? Let's do London. Let's find out what's going on. Nope. Story about NHS. There's a story about London Zoo. There's a story about Jeremy Corbyn. Theatre removes offensive job adverts language. And something about a chief rabbi being in trouble. Let's go to Sky News. It has been enough time now for them to catch up on this news story, right? Nothing on Sky News either. Why am I not surprised? It's not surprising at all. PCL says you will not find it. Yep. Now imagine if this was a group of, I don't know, English nationalists, let's just say, British patriots. I don't know, having a fight with a different group. Within 7 minutes, not only there will be a mainstream media coverage with helicopters all over the place, Sky News helicopters, there will also be the police on police horses because it's good for the footage. That's why they do that. They're going to do that on the 1st of June when we do the rally. With this, there's not much enough interest, is there? GB News. Yeah, let's check GB News as well. The rest of the corporate media. It's interesting, there's some of the GB News fangirls get offended because they're a bunch of snowflakes saying, Maya, why do you call GB News corporate media? Well, why? They're not. They're literally part of Ofcom because they have to. They are funded by the corporate money. They're controlled by corporate. And they have mainstream narrative. Yes, the only difference is they do center-right as opposed to center-left. It's the same thing. They just would say different things compared to Sky News. But Sky News used to say that 15 years ago before it became a liberal, wokey, nonsensical channel. They are all corporate media. They are all parts of the mainstream. Okay. Do you really think the leader of the opposition or the Prime Minister would go on a channel that's not mainstream media? In this country, Keir Starmer, Rishi Sunak, do you think they're going to go on a channel that is not mainstream? Yes, GB News is mainstream. Channel 4 is mainstream. ITV, all of them. Let's see what's going on with their websites. Maybe they know what's going on. Usually they're on the ball, right? Nothing yet. Okay, not surprising. All right. It's fine. GB News will cover it because we now have reported it. Every time we do report something, they will do a commentary on it at some point. Maybe, probably not this evening because they do the programs beforehand. Maybe tomorrow we're going to get some sort of commentary from one of the good presenters on GB News because we've already reported this and we've got a lot of people watching this already. Although not enough of you have clicked on the like button. What's going on there? Come on. The reason why the legacy media don't cover this is because they believe that Muslims are wild animals, so the behavior is natural. Native British people are held to higher standards. There's a point to that as well, even the way they see it. But most of it is because they want to undermine ordinary British people. Even one person making a one mistake at a football match, for example, whatever, or St. George's Day, they will turn it into the biggest scandal that's happened in the history of this country. Tommy Robinson was having breakfast and he was arrested by 30 police officers with a pepper spray. And he won the case in court. Have they learned? Nope. We lost all. So it says TV must die. It's okay. TV is dead because we are the media. Don't worry about that. Channel 4 is just basically a Hamas propaganda channel at this point. Fair enough. Allegedly. Who? GB News had an imam on today that likes small boys. Oh dear, what? Young Conservative says Alex Belfield already exposed GB News and all its employees. They are all part of the same crowd. Well, I mean, there are good people there. There are also good presenters, but the culture is still part of the same thing. Let's not forget all the top people and the producers and everybody else came from the mainstream. They all came from LBC, Sky News, News UK, Talk TV, and all those guys. They all came from BBC. You know, they want to be better, and they are better. GB News is still better compared to the others. I'm not saying they're as bad as the others, I'm just saying that let's not forget about the reality that there's no such thing as an alternative channel that will get Keir Starmer or Rishi Sunak on as a guest, or cancel their own presenters for being controversial. The home of free speech, allegedly. All right. I don't watch the mainstream media. Still waiting a TV license rep to come see me. Brilliant. Did I miss a super chat? I think I missed a few. Oh dear. How naughty. All right. Barbara? Yeah, it's Barbara. Thank you very much, Barbara, for your super chat saying, I keep saying 2030 is net zero for us. It's a countdown. It says, while they were teaching your children to be tolerant of others' beliefs, these people were training their children how to kill yours. Well, we had the guy last week, live on 2CTV during the protest, saying it into the camera that we are training our children so that they could train their children to continue jihad. Publicly, openly, in the middle of London with police officers all around us. How long do they think that tolerance will remain so? I never thought I'd see the days when this became normalized. In England, of all places, this is one of the main reasons that the mainstream media are not going to be covering these sort of stories, because they know the more they cover these sort of stories, the truth about the chaos happening across the country, the more people are going to find out, and slowly people will wake up. And the establishment don't want that, because that will definitely create instability and chaos if the rest of the country also rises up to as a backlash. So that's why they don't want it. But maybe there's a better solution. Don't let it happen in the first place, so you could prevent a backlash. Maybe don't allow the Islamic Republic of Iran to fund and control Islamic centers here and have their people here freely. They are the enemy and you're giving them visas to come here and live here. Maybe don't do that. Maybe cut off ties. Maybe get rid of the embassy. Maybe designate the IRGC as a terrorist organization. But you can't do it because you have to wait for the White House and Pentagon to decide your policy in London. We don't have sovereignty. We have to wait for the leadership of NATO and the White House to decide what we do in our own country. You think you voted leave? You thought we got Brexit? It's not just the EU. It's the whole of the international community. Peter Green says they're getting their news from you. Well, that's what they usually do. When we report something, then they do a commentary on it afterwards with a panel. Aaron says no quarters shown, and so no quarters should be given. And Natasha says, hey TC, sending love. Have you seen the website for Hamas? It's disgusting. Yeah, I've seen that. Right. We got some people trolling. Someone said based Islamists. Good luck with that when they come for you. So yeah, just a quick summary, of course, of what you saw, the footage. It was the IRGC members in London targeting the protesters, who these are the same people who also go to the counter protests on Saturday. So you got the British patriots, Iranians, and others, obviously with the Union flags and the Iranian flags. They were there protesting, and the IRGC decided to target all of them. The police have arrived now, so we'll find out. Let me just double check, just in case, if the Met Police have now done any sort of statement on this. Surprise, surprise, absolutely nothing from the Met Police. Stop the benefits, handouts and accommodation, and the bloody boats will stop. And it's too late for that, because that was originally the attraction, the magnet, when it came to mass illegal migration. But now there is another attraction. Even if you stop benefits in that sense, or if you stop free accommodation, they know that once they get here, they will be approved, because we don't reject many people compared to other European countries. And all they have to do is essentially get to one of the isolated communities, ghettos. So once they are there, they can live in small houses, about 7 of them or 8 of them, speaking the same language, get cash-in-hand jobs in the same area. They don't even have to speak English. They don't even have to leave the area to even meet a white English person. That is the main attraction of places like the UK right now. Even if you stop the benefits and the handouts, they will have their own handouts in their own communities because they will support each other. This is the biggest issue. We have now created another attraction for those who have no respect for our values here. Although I'm not saying don't remove the benefits, you still have to do it, but it's a start, but it's not the full solution either. We have to do, I mean, as I said before on this channel, we have to also move away from just, it's a very radical idea, but we have to move away from just mass deportations. We have to go with mass expulsions, because there are people who are born in this country. I don't really care about your skin color, as I always make a joke saying, even if you're ginger from Wales, but if you're doing treason, I want you out. I don't want you even in our prison, because that's a cost to the taxpayer. But we can't really do that anymore because of the current world order, because of the United Nations. You can't be a stateless person. You have to be part of a state. But if you have any heritage, if you're actually from somewhere else, then go back. Clean up your own countries. Those who respect the values, those who integrate, those who are British, work harder and fight alongside the natives, alongside the white English Brits. Fight. It's your home too now. You can't just sit there and wait for, I don't know, Tommy Robinson to do your job. Everybody else have to stand up. As soon as things are liberal, madness and chaos follows. But this is the inevitable outcome of uncontrolled liberalism and secularism. And I'm saying it as a classical liberal, as an old English liberal, not a modern liberal. You have to, as a country, as a culture, you have to keep your foundation, traditional values, conservative values. You can't just have unfettered and kind of uncontrolled liberal secular society, because then it just creates absolute chaos and it creates complacency. Most of the people who are allowing this to happen are the so-called middle-class champagne socialists, the people who only they can afford socialism because they are rich, because they have already enough money. They can preach, they can say, yes, we should have socialism in this country. Yes, we should have multiculturalism, because they will be fine. They're living in the ivory towers. They are fine in their gated communities, in their mansions. They won't be affected. For now. The Pagan Viking says, don't forget your breathing. Tomorrow, of course, TCTV will be in central London again. There's going to be another protest, and we're going to be there to cover it. There will be counter-protests, and of course, I am actually considering for tomorrow to wear my protective vest. I tend not to do it because it's a little bit dramatic, but I know that safety is also important, considering I do actually get death threats. I'll probably have to do it, but depends on the weather. If it's too hot, I might not do it. But of course, we'll keep you guys posted tomorrow. Stay tuned for that coverage, because I have a feeling it's just getting worse and worse every weekend in London, especially what happened tonight. If you just joined us now, make sure to rewind, start from the beginning, where we showed you guys the videos from tonight outside the Wembley Islamic Center, where only a few police officers arrived eventually. No helicopters, by the way, and then a couple of ambulances, and are treating the people who were attacked. I want to say a massive thank you. If you would like to support us to stay independent and to fight back against the corporate media without me selling out, please consider joining 2C TV Plus, our new platform. Go on 2C.tv, our new shiny website, obviously sponsored by Tad Media. Check it out. The link is in the description. You can actually get access to all the new shows and everything else. And we got our upcoming documentary, Britain's Multiculturalism Myth, which will be up within the next few weeks. If you join as on an annual basis, the one-off payment, you will get a discount, and you get a welcome phone call from me directly if you want to talk to me. And of course, we also have a chat forum where I usually message that as well. Go on to TV Plus. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Maya TC, and we are the media.